Hello, lovelies. This is Lazy Fox Creates, a podcast about the crafting experience. I'm Lazy Fox, otherwise known as Laura or Glomdy, and for this episode, I'm going over my New Year's resolutions. Usually, I don't have New Year's resolutions, but I decided to set some this year specifically because I have a hard time doing things that I love doing without some kind of schedule or goal, which probably isn't great, but that's how I function. So I set some down for myself this year, and me being me, I made lists. I made a list of resolutions for this podcast, for my other podcast, and for just two for my reading life. I love reading, and I'm gonna actually share those at the end as a little bonus because there's only two of them. You can skip ahead if you're not interested in reading or anything, but I thought it would be a fun little thing to share at the end. So for my 2025 New Year's resolution list, the most important thing for me to put on there is number one, I will take a break when I need it. I need to figure out exactly what that means because I'm not the best at knowing when I need a break because I'm kind of just perpetually tired. But I'm going to put down in my OneNote specific signs of when I need to step back because I don't know about anyone listening, but for me, it's really hard to tell when I'm burnt out. I kind of just always feel burnt out, but I love making things, so I also don't want to stop making things and have my life just be burnt out. um, so that's my number one. My number two is to launch Lazy Fox Creates as a podcast. I'm very happy that I have a few episodes recorded now, and so that is going great. So this will be my second podcast. I have a podcast called We Fix Games with my beautiful friend Jerica. I will link that in the description for anyone who wants to look at that. You can also go to wefixgames.net. That podcast is incredibly important to me, and I love the partnership that I've had with Jerica. She's a very, very dear friend. And now we get to make things together, and it's amazing and great. And we can rely on each other for things and give support and all that. And so we have like a bunch of things going on with that. It's not just the podcast. Like we have a blog and we have socials that we're trying to keep up with, and I'm trying to make the Discord active. But Lazy Fox Creates is a very different thing in that, first of all, I'm doing it by myself. I wanted it to have a different tone and vibes. I've said before, my goal for this is to have like a cute, cozy little spot that other crafters can listen to and have shared experiences with. And also maybe like, I would love if people could just come away with something positive from it, or you can tell me things that I can improve on. I'm always welcome to that, or I'm always open to that too. And I knew this would be harder in a way because Jerica is so wonderful. And sitting down to record with her, I knew that we were just not going to be able to stop talking, and it's going to be funny because we have great chemistry. But this one is just me talking into the mic, and I've streamed on Twitch, so I am comfortable being on mic by myself. But with Twitch, you have an audience, you have people to talk to, you have people actively watching you, and honestly, it's just so much less polished. If you don't talk for a few minutes, it's not as big of a deal because you have the game going. If you can kind of, there's kind of just more room for error because a lot of Twitch is just like chilling with someone. So this is definitely a different experience than anything I've done so far, which I have very much enjoyed. I just recorded the first guest episode with Liz, my future co-host on another podcast. I just recorded that yesterday, and that was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to more guests. But I also have like a whole list of things to do for this podcast. Like I want to get an email list going and a blog, and I feel like it will be harder in a way to get listeners because it is more niche than just having fun with video games. So I'm just having a lot more planning into how it can gain attention and all that. My third item on the list also plays into that because really my goal is to have a guest on every month, but I don't think that would be entirely realistic because especially like November and December, I'm not gonna lie, even just for D&D, it's so hard to plan in November and December. So I figured I would give myself a little bit of wiggle room with that and just say, have I guest on 9 times? So I can miss 3 months and I can still meet my goal. And I have also given myself permission to fail at this list. Because I'm really hard on myself and things happen sometimes. So if I don't do it, I'll be happy if I try as hard as I can to do it. Which is also a thing that's hard to judge, but I'll figure it out. My fourth item is to guest on someone else's podcast. And similarly, I definitely want to be on more than one podcast because I think this will help with getting the word out, but also I have guested on a few other things before, which I can also drop in the description in case anyone's interested in that. And that was so much fun, and I'm gonna be so honest, it's like all of the fun with none of the work. You just show up and you talk, and it's fun, and I really wanna do it more. I really wanna be involved in other communities and get other communities involved in what I'm doing, and grow a community of my own. I think that would be amazing. I have so many friends who are so, like, talented and passionate. You don't even have to be talented as long as you just like doing it. Well, you can make things that look like a piece of shit. It doesn't matter. As long as you are enjoying yourself, that's what this is about. So, number 5 is one that I'm gonna get a little vulnerable about because number 5 is have product photos that I'm proud of in my Etsy shop. I am not happy with the product photos that I've taken because I am nowhere near a professional photographer. So I feel like I have good products, but I have poor photography skills, and I think that is costing me a little bit. But I hope that in 2025 I can work at that and make ones that like they don't even have to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect because that's not what I do. But I want to scroll through all my listings and just be happy knowing that that's the best that I could do with all the effort that I put into it. Number 6 is also a little vulnerable because, as you will hear about next week when Liz is on, I have crazy ADHD and it makes tracking expenses difficult. So I have on here, be better about tracking expenses. It's way more in depth than that, but that's the short version of it. I have like a whole list of what I need to do because while I have done it the past couple years, I have not been great about it, and I have definitely not done it on a monthly basis like I should be doing it. But I need to change that. Number 7, I think I am the least sure about, which is very funny considering that I do stream on Twitch regularly and that's live stream on Instagram because I am not sure what I would do on Instagram. it's I feel like it's very different, where on Twitch, I get on and I'm just, like, chill and I'm, like, making stuff and talking about it. I've gotten pretty comfortable at talking to myself when I have to because, I mean, the first time I did a craft stream, I couldn't even see chat because I was streaming on my phone and I didn't have anything else. But, yeah, I'll figure out how to stream on Instagram. The reason that I'm a little nervous about that is because I don't know that I have enough of a following that people would jump into chat, so, like, it might be just me by myself, in which case I will definitely need something to talk about for 20 minutes or so, or do for 20 minutes. Again, on Twitch, it's, like, several hour-long streams, but from what I can tell on Instagram, it's a lot shorter, like 10 or 20 minutes. But I wanna, like, make my Instagram prettier. Those are my 7 New Year's resolutions in regards to my crafting life. And then I have, like I said, resolutions for We Fix Games, my other podcast with Jerica. If you want to know those, just ask anywhere that I am. You can send me an email or send me a DM on Instagram, anything. Maybe I'll make even like a little podcast episode about that for that show. And my 2 little bonuses that I talked about in the beginning for my reading life. I love reading so much. When I was a kid and I had a lot of time, I would read for just hours and hours a day. My bed started like caving in because I would sit crisscross on it, and actually that messed my back up, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I love reading, and so my first goal for my reading life is gonna be funny because it's that I cannot participate in any reading challenges. The reason I have this on here is because there have been several years that I gave myself a reading challenge, and then because I got excited about that, I gave myself another reading challenge and another reading challenge, and I was up to like 4 reading challenges. My whole reading year was based around the reading challenges. I didn't read hardly any of what I actually wanted to. I didn't feel like it improved my reading life very much. They'll have ones on there that are like read more diversely, essentially. And the ones that I was reading, I was like, I would have read those anyway. And I didn't really need the challenge to have me do it. So it felt kind of pointless to have the challenge there. And it was stressful. And I think it gave me a book slump for a while that I needed Lord of the Rings to get out of. So no reading challenge for me. The second one is that I need to work on dumping bad books. And by bad books, I mean bad books for me. Other people can like the books, that's fine. But I have a limited lifespan and I have limited reading time. And the reading time that I have is precious to me because I could be reading, or I could be making things, or I could be playing games, or I could be doing all this stuff. And I want to read good books. So when I don't like a book, I'm going to dump it. If I'm 100 pages into a book and I only need 240 more pages, that's 240 more pages of a book I could read that I like. And that is something I learned from the Reading Glasses podcast. Dump that book, is what they always say. And I have thoroughly taken it to heart. And I have dumped plenty of books, but I don't think I've dumped enough books. So, dump the book. So, number 1, take a break when I need it. Number 2, launch Lazy Fox Creates. Huzzah, that's done at the time that you're hearing this. 3, have a guest on at least 9 podcasts. 4, guest on someone else's podcast. 5, have product photos I'm proud of. 6, be better about tracking expenses. 7, live stream on Instagram. I think those are all doable, especially because I've given myself a lot of space to fail, essentially. That's like my secret. I need to give myself space to fail because I'm really hard on myself when I do fail. I would love to hear your New Year's resolutions. whether they relate to crafting or not. I just like to hear what people are up to. You can visit lazyfoxcreates.com where I will likely have a blog post about this episode. All right, so that is going to be it for me today. I love you all. Thanks for listening, and go out and make something.